Shalom. I want to start by giving all praise to Yahawah, bahasham Yahawashi, Baruch Kodash, and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching us the scriptures, among other things, and salutations to Yahakim across the earth for doing his work in sincerity and in truth. Shalom. So this video, I basically want to go into, I already see it, that we are not in control. This is the Most High's movie, and it's very beautiful, If you think about it, it's very beautiful. You can do nothing without the Most High. If the Most High don't allow it, then things won't happen. That's also what we always say. That's what we always say, Yahawashi, which means Lord willing. If the Most High wants it, then it's going to be like that. And if not, if you got other plans, who are we? You know, who are we to go against the Father? So yeah, it's kind of funny because if I look back to the past week, it was really beautiful. I had to do something. Also earlier in this week I had to do something, and maybe I can come back on that later. Let me start on thing first. So the Most High also, if somebody offends you, he will get them back. Sometimes he comes with a quick judgment. So in the beginning of the week, there was one co-worker, basically he had a big mouth. He was talking some shit about me, not literally direct to me, but he came with such an attitude. But I'm a very calm person, so I only looked at him and basically I stayed professional and basically let him in his thing. And then the fun part, a couple of days later, or basically today, I found out Friday. It's already Saturday morning, so Friday I found out. Slack, yeah. So Friday, I found out yesterday. So one coworker told me that his car was messed up, and this dude, he always got some money issues, Edomite with money issues and stuff. So recently he got married, and he's I believe Monday he's going on a holiday for a couple of weeks to Turkey, and the fun part is that his car broke up. You had the bobina. That's got to do with. It's a part of the car. I don't know if I speak it correctly in English, but it's a part of a car that got to do with the ignition and how the car runs and stuff. So they got four. He got four of those, and all four of them are broken. To fix it would have cost him 600 euros. So he asked the mechanic, and that's funny because that dude, one of the dude that I work with every now and then, he knows the mechanic that this dude is bringing his car. And it's funny because I me myself also got an older car, and he likes to talk a lot of shit about my car. But with my car, I even went to Germany, which is a 3.5 hour drive. The car was packed, and I had two other Akiams with me, two other Akiam with me in the car, and the guard just took us there. Then he stand still for a couple of days, and then we went back to Holland, and the car, had no problem to start and whatever. And this car been bringing me for a couple of years already for A to B. But if you look at the car looks kind of beat up. But yeah, I don't, I don't care. I don't, yeah, basically, I don't give a fuck. That's it. As long as I sit comfortable in it. So yeah. Was funny. So he, first time he saw my car, he always liked to talk shit about my car. Then he had another car that broke down. Now he bought like a year ago, I think maybe. He bought another car, and this is already the fourth time that his car broke down. So the dude, the coworker, he told me today, like, yeah, that his car broke down, and that he asked the mechanic if it was possible if he fixed one of those things, if they were still able to drive the car, and the mechanic told him, yeah, it's possible. Slack, yeah. So he asked the mechanic to only fix one, and then later he want to do the other parts. So it was very beautiful. I was like, okay, in the beginning of the week you had an attitude towards me, and the Most I got you right where it hurts. And then also today happened also, and this other dude, Friday, tried to talk some shit with me or against me. Basically, I caught him, and what happened afterwards, he spilled some paint, and he's famous for doing that, and he hadn't done it for a while, so he spilled paint outside on the floor where we were busy, you know. And it was funny, man. I immediately started praising Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi. I'm like, oh, Tawada Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi, Tawada, Tawada. Like, this very beautiful, man. Quick judgment. Dude got humbled real quick, man. That's funny. But yeah, like I said in the beginning of the video, of this video, man's goings are of Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi. How can a man then understand his own way? Because everything goes according to the Most High. If you think that you want to do something and the Most High can make it difficult for you, or make it like this, that you aren't even able to, I said it, to do the thing that you got in your mind. And this, is kind of funny because last week, I had to go somewhere, but I had to go with public transportation, and so I checked on the internet. I checked the times, what times the bus would go. So, but then I arrived at the bus stop, and there were different times over there. So I was already like, okay, man, I'm kind of screwed. And I was thinking like, yeah, because I wanted to catch a train, and I was like, yeah, no, that's gonna be like maybe 30 minutes later that I'm gonna be able to catch the next train. So I would arrive a little bit late on the spot that I was about to go. Then this Jay came by, who doesn't. He also live a couple of streets from me. Every now and then I've seen him. I know him back from in the world. And yeah, like years ago, I told him concerning the truth, but he said that he's not interested. So you just leave it. That's the thing when you are new in the truth. You want to share it with everybody. But the majority of people ain't gonna get it. But yeah, nevertheless. So I was standing at the bus stop, basically kind of messed up, like, ah, shit, man. No, yeah, it is what it is. I'm like, yeah, then I just wait for the bus to come. Then this dude, he came by with his van. So he came by, stopped at me, and he, signals with his hand, like, what are you about, So he put down his window, and he asked me, like, what do you say? He asked me, like, where are you going? Or yeah, where are you going? I said, yeah, I'm actually, or where do you need to go? I'm like, yeah, I'm actually about to head to the station to catch the bus. He said, yeah, I can bring you. I'm like, hey, that's dope, man. Kaalal Yao Basham Yao Shai. So he brought me to the station, and I had plenty time to catch the train that I was like, I'm not able to catch it. And that shows you men's goings are of the Lord, man. If you have to do something, the Most High will make it possible for you to do it. So I made the train and reach the place that I were about to go on time. So yeah, it was funny, and everything worked out perfectly because I had to go somewhere, and I told those people where I went, like, okay, then I'm gonna on the station. I asked them, like, do you know which bus is coming near the location where you're at? And they said they basically didn't know. Then I'm like, okay, then I'm just gonna take a taxi then or something. I'm like, I told them, like, yeah, don't worry about it. I'm gonna figure it out. You'll see me in a little while. So then later, as soon as I hung up, dudes called me back and he asked me, like, yeah, do you know, just call a couple minutes before you arrive, then we send someone to pick you up. So that was also kind of dope. That is how things can go, man. So this is the book of Proverbs, chapter 20, verse 24. Man's goings are of the Lord. How can a man then understand his own way? Yeah, the Most High is in control. So how can we understand our own way? You might think, wake up one day talking about, okay, I'm going to do this and that. But if the Most High don't want it to be like this and that, then it ain't going to happen. that's what it is. So yeah, I just wanted to make a short video on that. And also this past week was very beautiful to see the judgment on those people, especially the quick judgment that happened yesterday with this dude, tried to talk some shit, and then I caught him. He didn't like it, and he went to working on the basically he went to the other side, and there he messed up. Humble. Yeah, man. So with that, I want to give all praise to Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi, Waharukakwadash, a double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace, salutation to Akim across the earth for doing this work in sincerity and in truth. So with that, I'm going to say Shalom.